Just try this again. Yes, what we have done in the last session is still this one, right? What we have done till last session is still this one. That we have started, like we have our GitHub Explorer. We can search for any particular user. It will make the call. And we are lining up on their objects, right? This is what we were doing till the last session. Okay? This is what we have done with the last session. I have shared the code, so you have all received it. Have you all received it? I have shared the code in this one. So are you able to actually implement this? You will able to implement this? Yeah, have you been able to implement this? So obviously, if you have the code and you are doing that, then that is not something I'm looking out for. But I hope you are understanding this and then doing the work ahead. So that will be more better for us. So what we have done in the last session, we have done till alerts, right? Alerts is also done. Yeah, so .env part, we'll do that. Don't worry, we'll take care of it. So we have done with alerts, right? So if you don't have anything, yeah, alert is coming up. So we are done with the alerts part as well. Okay? We have done with the alert part as well. Just a second. Clear now? Sir, is my voice clear now? Still not? Okay, just a second. Okay. Okay, so let's start with the code now. Let's start with the code. So we have done till the we have done till the overall part. Right? We have done till the overall part. And now what we are trying to do is we have went to the alert box as well. Yeah, we have went to the alert box as well. So now I need to do what I need to implement a router here first. Now what do you by router? I need to create a home button, I need to create an about button, and then I want to see, I'm not going to, when I create an application, it is not always going to be embedded inside a single piece, right? Do you understand the requirement why do I need a button here, or why do I need a router part or a menu item like things here? Because when you create a real-time project, you won't be only developing the scenario here. Yeah, you won't be only developing a single time scenario. You will be actually developing what multiple pages application, right? So what we have done is actually getting embedded inside a single page. But what about I require an about us page now? What about I require an about us page? So let's say what I'll do is for creating the about us page, let me do what? Let me go to my browser, and last time I created a folder by mistake that was pages. So let's say I create here about.js, and let me create it as a class component. I don't know what this happens. So So I'm just creating a class component, and what it says, I'm creating a class component like about.js, and let me just put up some things here. Let me just put up simple things here, and I will say S3 this app to search engine for users, and yeah, let me just say F1, and I want to do what? I want to say that this is my users. Sorry, this is my, let's say, version 1.0.0. It's my version 1.0.0. So I've just created a user.js. Are you clear what I've done? Are you clear what I've done? Are you clear what I've done? Can I get a quick round of confirmation? I've just created another page which I want to show. Yeah, I've just created another page which I want to show. But how will I connect it to my home page? Yeah, how will I connect it on my home page? I need this to be connected on my home page. So to do that, I need to go, and there is something, you cannot just go and create the links here directly. Yeah? You cannot just go and create your links directly. You need to specify the path. Yeah, you need to specify the path. Every page will be now determined based upon a path. So step one when you are working with React Router is close your application. Close your application and install the React Router. So I'm saying npm space I space React hyphen router hyphen DOM. React hyphen router hyphen DOM. There will be availability of React Router, but React Router DOM is the latest version. You will get the 4.0 version. So just install it. Everyone clear? You need to install the React Router DOM. Okay. And then, yeah, React Router DOM. And then next what? Start your application again. So npm start. npm space start. So the application has started back now. Yeah, the application has started back now. Let it start once. Okay. So I am here at my particular point. Everyone clear with this point? Yeah. Everyone clear with this point? Everyone clear with this point? Now there are some components which you need to understand. Yeah. There are some components which you need to understand. So let me say let me say what how does this React component router looks like and works like. So you have got two things here. First thing what you have got is browser router. Yeah. First thing you have got is what? Browser router. Then you have got switch, and then you have got route, and then you have got something called as link. Yeah. Then you have got something called as. Now with React in the picture, you can actually rename this as router using the alias. What I'm going to do. So what you do, you create a whole router. Yeah? Create a whole router. You getting my point? We create a whole router and then we create the switch inside it. Yeah? We create the whole router and then we create the switch inside it. Yeah? And then inside each switch, we put a route. Yeah? Inside each switch, we put the route. So what to display and when to display is something, and this is something you'll understand by looking at the practical. So let's start with that. First thing is I'll go to my app.js. I'll go to my app.js and I'll say import browser router as router, comma, switch, comma, route from React router DOM. So React router DOM, I have imported it. Yeah, I have imported this. Everyone clear till this point? I'm just making a simple import. I've got a new package and I'm importing it. Everyone clear till this point? Everyone clear till this point? So what we did was we just imported, and now how are we going to change this? Yeah, how are we going to change this? So to do that, see what I need to do is whatever is my data under my see here after my alert now. So I need to basically route everything inside my router apart from my navigation bar, because that is going to be visible all the time. I'm going to say router, and let's see what I'm going to end it. I'm going to put everything inside a router. I'm going to put everything inside a router. So I will create this, I don't know. Yeah. So we'll create everything inside a router. It has no corresponding close tag. Okay, I made a mistake here. I should have ended this division. Okay, everyone clear? For implementing a single page application, first thing, because I want to create the linking between the apps now. Yeah, Malab, what you have created is okay, but what about when we have got multiple pages? Yeah, what about when we have got multiple pages? So when we have got multiple pages, at that time we are supposed to do what? When we have got multiple pages, at that time what we are supposed to do is we need to just implement the router. So the first thing what we have done is implemented the router. Are we clear on this point? Implementation of a router. First thing is we just created a router. Yeah. First thing is what we just created a router. Now second is what? Yeah. Second is what? Now we need to do what? Create a switch. So whatever is the data till the users, I'm going to put it inside a single switch. Yeah. Switch is more like a holder. Yeah, this is how much the data I am going to show to you. This is what we are trying to display here. Yeah, this is how much we are going to show the data. This is what we are trying to display. So I have created a switch. Okay, let me just quickly check my another code. Sorry for this, but I forgot what I was trying to do here. So I created a router, then I created a switch inside alert, and then okay, so I'm putting everything inside a single switch. So okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my switch here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one more switch. Inside this switch, I'm going to show a route. I'm going to start a route. And what does this route mean? Yeah. What does this route will have? Exact path is equal to slash route. Exact path is equal to slash route. Exact path is equal to slash route. And what component are we trying to load with it? Yeah, component what we are trying to load with it is basically the about component. Yeah, the basically component what we are trying to load here with this is what about component. So this will do what? It will basically open up the about component. Let me check if it is loading up there. Passing errors, yes, it's content. Okay, just give me 1 minute. I guess I have misused something here. The basic issue first. I too sometimes get confused between this part, so sorry for that. But we'll start back and try to understand this. So what we said is, so I have to create a route. Yeah, I have to create a route, exact path, and even inside this switch, I will do what? So there are two, three things which I made wrong here. Basically, first thing first is my about page was getting loaded from somewhere else. Then my router was supposed to start from the top. I was not starting it that, so I did that. Now, what does this switch do? It will check which is the very first thing it is finding. So let's say whenever I load my page, yeah, whenever I load my page, the first thing I need to start is what? This particular. So I want root exact path is equal to slash, which is my home. And what I want to show, I want to render the, now see here, I don't have a single component here. Just try to understand that I'm trying to create a router. And what does that router stay? It tries to find the first exact path, whatever is been called, and it will load it accordingly. So what is happening here is I'm trying to say route exact path is equal to slash. So whenever the home page is called, don't you think so till this particular division everything should be displayed? Whenever the home page is called, I want to display this whole scenario. This the combination is basically my home page here now. Don't you think so? The combination is whole home page. I know this is a bit confusing, but just uh, just bear with me for 2-3 minutes, and then we'll try to understand what is exactly happening here. So, do you understand that this first scenario, yeah, this first scenario, what we are getting till this point, is actually our homepage. Is actually our homepage. You're not getting my audio. My audio is on actually. Can you please confirm my audio is working? Okay. So So this whole thing is going to be my home page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say render is equal to, yeah, and whatever props I'm getting from here now, because I need to pass the props ahead here, because this is, see, I'm combining multiple pages to become one for me. So what I need to do here is I need to take whatever I have here and put it inside a single root. Whatever I have here, take that and put it inside a single root. And this whole thing should have one parent element. So what I'm doing, I'm just putting it inside a fragment. Yeah? I'm putting this inside a fragment. So all this become one element. Yeah, all of these things become one element, and I still get my home page like this. I still get my home page, and it is running like this. Are you getting this now? Yes, guys, are you getting this? What I've done, see, there are two things what I've done. Just take 2-3 minutes on this page and try and understand. First thing, I imported the router, right? Switch, and I converted browser router as a router. So if you don't want to use that, wherever I have used router, you will have to make use of browser router, switch, and root from React router DOM. Then I did what? I started the code. I started with the router. So I embedded everything inside a router. Then I started a switch. So whatever I hit first, it will be displayed. So I'm not yet talking about. So what will happen if I say slash about now? So can you see I have got another page now? I've got another page because I have registered inside my router. I have registered inside my router. Until unless I don't register inside my router, it's not going to be working. Yeah, it is not going to be in working state. Is everyone clear till this point? But I don't want to call it in this particular way. Yeah, I don't want to call it in this particular way. Let me just change this first. Yeah, so if you see the page, are you able to understand what I'm doing here? Yeah, I'm able to understand what I have done. See, I have created a router. So this whole thing goes inside a router. I created a switch. It says route exact path. So whenever someone says slash, this whole data will be displayed. If I had everything inside a single component, what would I have done? I would have just said displayed inside a component. Getting this, there are two types. If you want to merge multiple components into one and make them as a single page, so you'll have to go by this pattern. You have to say render. Obviously, you have to pass the props, and then you have to go ahead. And if you have just a single component which you want to, what will you do? You'll just say slash about and component. So whenever you say slash about, it will just call the component. Is everyone clear on this point? And why did I use this fragment here? Why did I use this fragment here? To make it without using extra. So are you all very much clear what I've done here? All clear what I've done here. You can see the whole routing element what I have here. You can see I've got a router. Yes, you can see I've got a router. Then I've started a switch. So inside this switch, I'm defining the components I have, and then you see that one route was actually pointing to a component, but one route was actually pointing to the props. Why? Because I wanted to integrate this whole. I wanted to fill this up as a one single element. So that was the reason I took it as a fragment. So are you clear on this point? Can I get a quick round of confirmation from you all or any doubts if you have? But from Elton, can I get some confirmations from you all? If you're not able to understand it, let me know which is exactly what you want to do now, or if you have any doubt, I will just try to solve. Okay. So currently, how many pages do I have? See, if I go here, if I say slash, I reach upon the home page, right? And if I say slash about, I reach up to this page. So this is another page, right? So what is happening? I created one single router. I created one single router. In this particular router, I had internal pages. In this particular router, I had internal pages. So those pages were my first page, let's say alert. Then I have got one more component of, let's say, users, and I have got that search. Yeah. What I wanted to do, whenever some home page is called, just let me check again. Okay, went away. So still, yeah, what we have here is I wanted to convert this into what? A single slash home, right? I wanted to convert this into what? My URL slash I want to convert this into a slash. I guess I used some wrong things here. So I combined these three into one by using how I created a single route of slash. Yeah, I created a single route of slash, and I said what this whole fragment will become my home page. So if someone calls for slash, just call it as what my single slash. Are you able to understand this? Are you able to get this? That if I want to make my home page running like this is how I will actually call it. Yeah, this is how I will actually call it. And then what? Then I had what? Let's say if I change this to about. If I change this to about, and if I change this to slash, see what happens now. See what is happening. I have got two pages, but on the slash I registered the about page. And if I say slash about now, what will happen? I have registered the home page there. So this is how you're actually telling that on what URL what should be loaded. But if you want to load, for example, now what we have done here is I wanted this to be my home page. But my home page, I don't have a single component, but I have combination of multiple components. So what I will do, I will make use of render, and I will render the components together which I want to display when my home page is called. And what will happen when I say route exact? When I say slash about, it will do what? It will say component is equal to about. So when I say slash, it will only just load a single component. So are you clear on this point? Yeah, slash means home page. Yeah? That's basics for every website. Slash is home page. Okay, what if I want to the base path and render base form? Can you please tell me, like, elaborate your question, please? Yes, exactly. Nikhil, you got it very right. Okay, that way you're talking. It is possible, I guess. Let's say I register one more row and yeah, this is possible. Here, here on this part, here on this part, how it works. You have to just register on whatever URL you want. You have to make sure. Okay, then what you're talking about, Elton. Okay, we'll come back to your question. You meanwhile you just type the question. I'll come back and answer you. So now let's say let's go to our navigation bar and try to make a link for it. Yeah, let's go to navigation bar and try to make a link for it. So how will we do that? Go to your navbar, app.js, layouts. In your navigation bar, what I'm going to say is give my h1. Let's say starter UL tag line. I say UL and I say li. And inside this tag, what I want to do is I want to do what? ahref is equal to slash, then I say li, and then again I say ahref is equal to slash about, save it. Now let's see what happens. You go to your home page. So can you see there are two links created now? So if I click on home, I am here. If I click on about, I am here. I'm able to now load the single page application internally. Yeah, I'm actually able to get load of the single page application now. Is everyone clear on this point? How I did this? I went to my navigation bar, just put up an ahref, and went ahead and called it. Yeah. Can I get a confirmation on this part? Yes. I just went to the navigation bar and I added the two links. I went to the navigation bar and I added the two links. Everyone clear on this part? Can I get a quick round of confirmation on this part, please? Yeah. So I went and I added this. Now, what is the problem when we use this? Yeah. There is certain problem when we use this. Let me show it to you. If I'm on home page and if I'm searching for asterisk solution, if I search this and see, this is my search result, right? This is my search result. Now, if I go to about and if I come back on home, I lose my result. That is something I don't want. I want it to be on the same state. So to do that, what I need to do, instead of making use of ahref, I'll do what? Import link. Import link from React Router DOM. Put link from React Router DOM, and then you do what? Link. And instead of href, you say to. Link, and instead of href, you say to. So this will now become what? So this has become 2. And now let's say I search for Malo. Search it. Go to about. Come back. My state is intact. Yeah, my state is intact. Okay. And then the way we have render, also we have the child component. So I'll send you a URL. Yeah, I'll send you a URL. You can just go through it once. Yeah, you can just go through it once. You'll understand how to create the component what you want. Yeah, I got your question. I'll share the link. Yeah. So is everyone clear what I've done? Is everyone clear what I've done now here? In my navigation bar, I made use of link. So this is how you link to a router. This is how you should actually link to a router. Yeah, are you clear? Is everyone clear? No, link does not save the state, but it does not refresh the whole page, right? It is not refreshing that what was the scenario actual. If I'm here in about and I'm back, it was actually refreshing the code. But when you use link, it preserves the state. But link is not saving the state. But when you use the link, the page does not lose its states. That's how it works. But link is not saving the state. Is everyone clear what I have done here? Everyone? Can I get a quick round of confirmation from you all? So this is very important how you implement router. Yeah, this is very important how you implement router. And based upon that, we can now go ahead for our further codes. Based upon that, we can now go ahead for our further codes. And let me tell you, today again states are will become more and more cumbersome. Yeah, today even the states will become more and more cumbersome. So in YouTube it shows a bar showing it's loading but never changes the page. How does it do that? When you are in YouTube, it shows a bar showing it's loading but never changes the page. What exactly like are you talking about? Let me check that. When you click on a link, yeah, because it opens the page and internally, I don't know like exactly if YouTube is actually making use of React or not. I think they must be working on Angular. Yeah, I think they must be more of working on Angular. Okay, so is everyone clear? Is that point? Yeah, is everyone clear in that point? Yeah, so can I get a quick confirmation that React router is very much clear to you, and I can go ahead? Yeah, are you clear? React router very much clear? It's very important. Huh? It's very important. Yes. So let's go ahead now. Now what I want to do that when I create the home, when I click on this, see what is happening now. When I click on this, I am actually being sent to the React application. I don't want to. I don't want to do that. What I will do is I want to create my own user page. Yeah, I want to create my own user page, and based upon that, I will do that. So how will I actually get that? Yeah, how will I actually get that? So for that reason, what I need to do, yeah, you got that. I don't want to pass it on to GitHub. Let me show my own user state here today. Yeah, let me show my own user state today. So what I'll do is in my components, yeah, in my users, I have created components. Inside my components, I must have created users. So inside user, I'll create a new file now. This will be what? User.js, and it is going to be a class component because I'm going to make use of um, I'm going to make use of lifecycle method of component in node. So let me save this, and for now let me just say user here. Let me just say user. So there are certain things which you need to understand first. Is that when you say API dot GitHub dot users slash asterisk solve. So if I pass a particular username now, yeah, if I pass a particular username, I actually get a lot of details about them, like what are my gist URL, how many followers, how many following, what is the name of the company, what is my location. So are you getting? I'm getting all these details from there. Are you getting the URL, the new URL, what I'm trying to call here? If I'm saying user slash, if I pass the login name for an individual user, I get all the details about them. So I just need these details and I will then talk to it. So let's say, how will I do that? I've got user now. So this data has to be called from users. This data has to be called from users. So the same way I was calling. So what was this doing? It was searching users. Same way I do what? Data for a single user. It is doing what? Fetching data for a single user. So when I want to fetch the data for a single user, what I want to do is I'm just making a method by name get user sync of username. I need to pass the username. So I'll pass the username. I'm basically going to do the same thing, but this time I'm just going to make some minor changes here. So let me just copy paste this code first. And instead of saying, I'll say users search. Instead of search, I will take this off and I'll say users and username. Everyone clear what I did here? First point, to fetch the data of a single user. To fetch the data of a single user, instead of calling, I change the URL now and I set the username. Obviously, I'm going to get this username from somewhere. Obviously, I'm going to get this username from somewhere. So to fetch that value, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say now it's a user colon blank object. Yeah, I'm passing a user colon a blank object. Yeah, I'm passing a user colon a blank object. I'm saying user is I'm passing it to a blank object, and instead of setting the value to users now, I'll set the value to user, and I'll just say user.data. Instead of items, I'll just say user.data. So is everyone clear of what I did here? Is everyone clear what I did here? So I wrote a new method, async, which is going to fetch the data. Yeah, it is going to fetch the data. So you can see that I made the change to the user. So if I get the username, I will make the call, get the data, put it inside the state of user here. Yeah, I will put the data inside the state of a user here. Yeah, and this is going to be a new page. So this is going to be a new page for me. So what I'm going to do now is in my switch. Yeah, so in my switch, I will create. I don't want this. I'll do what? So that is going to be a new page for me. What I'm going to do? Can you help me out? I'll just create a route and say exact path is equal to slash user slash, because I'm going to pass a login which is going to be actual value. I will have to precede it with a colon, and then I have to say what? Render, because I'm going to render the props. Say render props render props. Now what I'll say? User. I'm saying what? User. For now, I'm not doing anything. I'm just displaying the user. If someone says slash user slash login, it will basically do what? Yeah, if someone says slash user slash login on my page, what it will do? It will just say, it will open a user page. So let me try that. If this is slash user slash solve, okay, I made some mistake here. I haven't closed the out yet. User is not defined. Okay, user is not defined, so I need to put user from dot slash users slash user. And if I check now, see. So I haven't passed anything. If I pass any name here, let's say slash user slash abc, it will still land me upon the same page. So are you able to understand how the working of React router is? How is the working of React router? How does React router works? I haven't used anything yet. I just defined a React router here. I say I want to render this value. Yeah, I said I just want to render this value whenever someone is calling this, and this is how it is working. Now who actually make the call? So if we see our actual code now, let me just take this off, and I say so this is how we create, right? When we click on more, this is the place where I should actually call it. Are you clear? If I click on more, that is the point when I should actually call that page. When I'm calling on that more button, that is the point I should actually call that page, what user page I have created now. Are you clear on that one? Yeah. Are you clear on that one? Yes. Others, are you getting this point? That this is how basically my application was working. I have a page now which says slash user slash abc. So it is going to create a user page. Obviously, we are going to work on this page now. But when I am here, I should actually be able to, when I click on more, I should be able to go on the user page now. Yes, I should be able to go on the user page. So what I will do, I will go to my user item now. Yeah, and instead of saying HTML here, what I will say href of slash user, yeah, and I'll just put it inside a single quotes. And better let me make it a link now. So link who is equal to, and this is my link. So link import link from React outer. So slash user slash. Now what I'll say here is I am getting the data in my login, right? I am getting the data in my login. So let's see if it is actually reaching up ahead. So if I say this, if I say asterisk solution, if I say more, okay, I made some mistake here. This has to be in backticks. Whenever you want to embed the real-time value, it has to be in backticks. So now, let's say I search for Ajay and I say more. See, I am landing up with the name of the user in my URL now. Are you clear in this point what I have achieved with this particular step? Are you clear what I have achieved with this particular step? Are you able to understand what I have achieved with this particular step? Are you able to understand what I have achieved with this particular step here, everyone? Can I get a quick round of confirmation from you all, please? Can I get a quick round of confirmation from you all? If you have understood what we have done here, we have created a new page. Yeah, what we did, we created a new page, user.js. It contains nothing. Obviously, we are going to come here and work on it in some time. Yeah, so we created what? User.js. We created what? A user.js. We have created user.js, and inside that user.js there is nothing. Yeah, inside user.js there is nothing. Then I did what? In my app.js I called the method. Yeah, in my app.js I actually went ahead and fetched the data for a single user. Yeah, I fetched the data for a single user, and that data, if you see the flow how it is happening, see here. If you see the flow how this is happening, let me try to do this. Yes, I messed up here. So let me try to change this. So what is happening from your app.js, you load up my app.js, I load users plus user item.js, and from user item.js now I pass the data from the user item.js. I pass the data to my user.js now. And the user.js now have the login I have been looking on for. So now I have again created a method in my app.js which will do what? Take the data, and now based upon that data it will render the output. Yeah, it will render the output here. So are you clear the life cycle going, what is going on here? Is everyone clear what is happening here? How to check from which URL, current URL, what called in case you want to create a back button. Yeah, we are going to create a back button, so it works fine. Let me just show it to you. Yeah, but for now, is the case clear to everyone? App.js, you are loading the page, the users is getting loaded, you are going on a single user item, you're clicking on more. By clicking on more, you pass the login to your user.js. Now this user.js should actually pass the data back to the, yeah, this user.js should actually pass the data back to the app.js. How are these two connected? How are these two connected now? Can you see the method here? Can you see the method here? In app.js, I require a username. So this can basically become my prop. So how will I do that? So in my user, now I will say, yeah, in my user, I will say user will become my prop, and this dot user will be the value to it. So I'm passing the prop from user.js. Yeah, I'm passing the prop from user.js. I'm passing the prop from user.js, but where? Yeah, but from which component? Because I don't have any button or something. So I'll say when the component is mounted, yeah, when the component did mount, what is that you need to do? You need to say this dot props dot get user, and how will you pass the value? Because you're getting that value in a parameter, so it will be like this dot props dot match dot parents dot, yeah, dot props dot match dot parents dot by the name login. Yeah, by the name login. So what will this create in a counter effect? Yeah, what will this create in a counter effect? This particular call will be made now. See, try to remember, try to understand this line properly and try to see this diagram. So now user.js, if you can see here properly, app.js have a method by name what? Get user. Get user requires the parameter name which is going to come from user.js. So obviously the data will be passed from, yeah, because I require the username from here, the data will be passed from what? A prop. Yeah. Data will be passed from using what? Prop. But this prop is actually getting passed from user to app. I hope you all are clear at this point. I hope you all are clear with this point, because we have seen the same scenario when we work with search and app. The search was actually passing the, yeah, the search was actually passing the prop to. So are you able to understand? App.js, you opens up your code, you click on view more, you pass the login to the user.js. User.js passes the username, which is again your login, to your app.js. App.js runs it on this and put it in a state. Now what is the state here? Yeah, what is the state here? If you see the whole scenario, what is happening? I have created a user. So when a particular user is searched, the data is being displayed here. And what I will do, I will pass that data now back to my user. I will pass that data back to my user. How? By using this dot state dot user. So now this data is basically being accepted by whom? Yeah, this data is basically being accepted by my user.js. This data will be getting accepted by whom? My user.js. So when the data is basically here available, what I can say, let me just try some things from this. This dot props dot user dot name and dash dash, let's say this dot props dot user dot. I just put up two values here and let's see what is the final output now. So if I say okay, refresh, and if I say Raj, there can be many users by name Raj, and okay, I click on Raj Kamal. Okay, so I've got errors now here. Let me see what is the problem. Line number 7, it says user.js. This dot props dot get user. This dot props dot get user, and it makes the call to, yeah, that is correct actually. This dot props dot match. Okay. This dot props dot match dot parents dot login. So this dot props dot match it's not able to find the login, but it has to, because in my app.js I have actually defined it to be what? Login, right? Login. So if I say slash user slash, if any data is being passed from user item, it has to be slash user slash login. This is how it has to be. App.js, save it. but it is saying that it cannot find a property undefined. Params is saying that it cannot find property which is undefined because of the parameters. Some problem has to be in user item. It has to be here. So slash user slash login, and I'm getting the login here as well. Let me try to get param once if it works. Not really property params of undefined. So props. This props match. I've actually done the same thing. Should work. So component dot props dot get user. So if you see in my app.js, I have got get user, right? And it is perfectly working fine here. And in my route, I have say get user is equal to this dot get user users. Again, I have let me pass all the props what I have. Let me check. Login. Okay, my bad. See, what I've done here, I have actually, you remember we have done this 3-point implementation earlier in the classroom. Yeah? We have done 3-point implementation. I have not done for the set state. Okay. Let me just this one. Yeah, this is fine now. Raji ka email and Columbus, I'm getting his data. Okay, just exactly. Yeah, we have done the spread operator implementation here. So what is in my app.js, what I've done, whatever props I had, I have passed it ahead to the users. So user is basically taking that props from this particular file. Yeah, user is taking the props from this particular file, and it's a match.login. So whatever parameter is being passed is basically taken here. So the data passing is very much important. So you need to remember that if you're getting some error like this, you can just say you are and with existing props of get user and user.digit. And based upon that, you got that if you click on any user, now you are getting the output as Rajika Iman and Colombo, which is basically his location. So if I go back, if I test some another user, and if I click here, so I've got Sao Paulo, and yeah, I put my account Aztec Solution Mumbai. So is everyone clear with this point? What I've done here? Is everyone clear with this point? What I've done here now? I've taken the component dead mount area and I've implemented here. So user item. So app.js user item and everything was connected. So I have completed this part. Yeah, I have completed this part. Everyone clear till this point? Yeah, can I get a quick round of confirmation from you all that you all are clear what I have done here? Yes. Others, please, can I get a quick round of confirmation? Okay. So, any specific doubt? Any specific doubt, guys? For implementation, whatever we have done here. Yes, Akramal, you have any doubt? All clear, right? All content is clear till this point, everyone. So now, let's start creating the page for the user. Yeah, let's start creating the page for the user. Let's start creating the page for this individual user now. Yeah, let's start creating the page for this individual user.js. So first thing, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to destructure it. I'm going to say const. I'm going to take out all the value from this dot props dot user because I'm getting the lot of value. I'm getting the lot of values. I'm going to say name, website, location, avatar underscore URL, HTML underscore URL. You know this data, right? Because you have seen this data coming. Hello, log. Basically, I am taking the data from here. I am taking this data. So followers, following. I'm going to take all of this here, and I will try to display it on our page. So following, followers, following, followers, underscore public underscore lists, and there is one more called as hireable. So are you available for hiring or not? Yeah. So what I've done is equal to this dot props dot user. If I say const loading now, yes, I'm messing up today with the code somewhere. Yeah, this is the same thing. So this dot, and then I also have okay. So now what is, so are you clear what I've done? I have taken all the state in one place. Yeah, I've taken all the props what I was getting from the user. I've taken it out so that I can use it directly now. Yeah, so that I can use it directly. Everyone, I can actually start using it directly now. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start with a fragment. I'm going to start with a fragment. And what does this fragment say? I'm going to make use of a link. Yeah? I'm going to make use of a link now. So let's see how this turns out. Import link from import link from React hyphen router hyphen DOM. I've got link here, and I'm going to set to, and it is going to be back to home. Yeah, I'm going to make this as a button. So first name is equal to btn begin hyphen light muffling, and I'll say back to search, back to search. So I save it, and now I'll end up on my page. What will happen? Okay, you need to understand this. If you get this error, attempted import error does not contain a default export. If it says it does not contain a default export, it has to be bound inside a curly brace. If it is default export, you can import it directly, but if it is not a default export, you cannot do it. So same way, I will actually also import fragment as well. And if you see the output now, that's the solution. I loaded the page. And can you see, I've got back to search button. So if I'm back to search, I'm still on the same search result. Yeah, I'm on the same search result. Yeah. So clear on this part? This is how it is done. Yeah, this is how it is done. So I have created the back to search button now. Yeah, I have created back to search. Now, same way, I'm going to create one link for my HighRable. Yeah, I'm going to create for what? My HighRable. HighRable is basically the value you set. Yeah, HighRable is basically the value you set. So I'm going to just put up a space here, and I'm going to say HighRable mark. If it's true, what I'm going to say icon. Yeah, last name is equal to fa hyphen check. So I'm using the font awesome icons. Yeah, and we have got what text colon success colon same thing. I'll copy paste. Same thing. I'll copy paste, and I'll say instead of check, I'll say hyphen circle, and yeah, will be text different. Danger text different. Danger. So if I just save this, go back here. So mine ID is not HighRable. Let's say let's take randomly some value and try to check if it is HighRable or not. So it's even not HighRable. Not HighRable. See, it was HighRable, so it became a tick. Everyone clear what I've done here in the two parts? Everyone clear what I've done here in two parts? I've created a fragment and I'm now making up the page. Yeah, I'm making up the page now. So I've created a fragment, I've taken a link, I've taken like back to search button, and then I've created a HighRable. HighRable is a value I got from my HighRable is actually the value I got from my props. So I checked if it is true, then I'll say what success value, else I'll show what a false value. Are you clear on this point? Are you clear on this point, everyone? Yes, can I get a quick confirmation from everyone? Yes, all 13 people attending right now, can I get a confirmation please? That you are very much clear what we have done here. You have clear that how I am creating this user page now. You are clear how I am creating this user page. So now the next thing is the next thing is what I'll go do is I will go and create what? Yeah, I will go and create a division here, and I will give what class name is equal to basically what card grade hyphen 2. Okay, card grade hyphen 2. So I'm just taking the class name, and let me start writing the code inside this. So division class name is equal to all center. Division class name is equal to all center. IMG src is equal to now what? Avatar underscore URL, and okay. So class name is equal to round hyphen ing, round hyphen ing, is equal to single quotes, and style is equal to file is equal to with colon 150 px, with colon 150 px, and I want to show your name, so I'll just say x3 or let's say x1, and I'll say name here, I'll say name, and paragraph tag I'll say location colon location. So I have all the required values here. What I'm doing right now is I'm just making use of it to make my page. I go here, yeah. You see, if I go back, yeah, then lot of entrance here. Starting from 10. Okay, so we have got his record now, and the data is getting loaded from the. So is everyone clear what I'm doing here? Yeah, is everyone clear what I'm doing here? I'm just taking the value and I'm just doing what I'm doing now is pure HTML and CSS. What I'm doing now is pure HTML and CSS. Are you clear on this point? Yeah, are you clear on this point? Now, in the same scenario, what I'll do, I'll create one more division. Yeah, I'll create one more division. And now there are certain values which are not non-compulsion, like bio. So if you have got the bio, then only I will display it. So I'll store bio and I'll start a fragment. I'll start a fragment, bio and I'll start a fragment, and inside this fragment, do what? I'll say bio. In the paragraph tag, I will display the bio. In the paragraph tag, I will display the bio and the bio. So let's see how it looks like. I like challenge related to coding. Okay, cool. So bio is displayed. If you do not have a bio, it will not show. For example, let's say my account should not have a bio. It is not showing the bio here, but Elton account had the bio, so it is showing the bio here. Okay. Now, same way I can do what? Now I'll just create another button. So see, I am not going to explain much in detail what I am doing right now, because this is something you all are very much clear of, and on this regular basis. So HTML URL and first name is equal to btn space btn hyphen dark. Visit GitHub or profile. And you can just say target underscore link. So it's opening up my account. Right? Are you clear till this point? I'm just making use of the data. I'm just making use of the data. So href is getting displayed here. Yeah, in the href I'm able to display the values. And now based upon the same thing, I'll just show login and other things. So let me do that. So I'm going to show in a fuel tag login, and so that I might be able to show it only when I have to show I have the data, and only at that point I'm going to show it. So let's do username colon username colon, and I will say what login here. Same way, I'll just copy this li and I'll say company, company, website. Site. See the account. Login and company is not defined. Login. Company. So his username is 1021, but he haven't defined any company there. But if I do the same thing for my account now, what will happen? See, it is showing I don't have bio, but I have company and I have got the username. So is everyone clear on this point? Yeah, is everyone? And both of us do not have the website. Both of us do not have the website. Clear? Clear on this point, everyone? So this is the basically UI part we are trying to do. This is basically the UI part we are trying to do. And yeah, now what we can do is go out of this division and try to display the followers following in different way. So let's make our page look more good now. So division class name is equal to what? Card space text hyphen center. All the data here, and now I'll do what? Division class name is equal to badge. This is all available in your CSS, right? So you guys can just go and check it once, because I am not very much good with CSS. So I usually avoid this data. Followers, and let's see what followers. Let's see how this data is going to look like now. Okay, I guess I have messed up this. This is how it should look like. So division tag, make sure you are following the right division tags. And I'm just going to take 3-4 more values. So badge. I've got different colors. So followers, following. Yeah. Then we have got public. So I'll just say danger, and I've got dark. There are different colors available with me. So followers and following is done. Then we have got public equals. Becomes a public underscore equal. Public underscore lists. Public lists. Everyone clear what I'm doing? This page looks good now, right? And this application is taking a good shape now. My ID look like this. Let's see how L10 ID look like. Yeah. Looking good, everyone. Is everyone clear what I've done here? What I have done currently is basically nothing but what I have done here is basically nothing but pure CSS and JavaScript. So I've just taken the data from there and I've used the data. Yeah. Is everyone clear on this point? Any doubt in this particular scenario? Any particular doubt in this scenario? Okay. Let's do what? Let's take a 5 minutes break and then connect back for the further course. Right? Let's take a five, or let's take a five. Yeah, five. Let's take a 10 minutes break and then connect. Yeah. Okay, guys, so are you back from the break? Kindly confirm. Yeah, so now we are moving toward the last part of this project development. After this, we'll be starting with the implementation of hooks, which is going to be the last part in the project. So now, see, what we have done is we have created this good looking app where if you click on a particular user, you are getting the details. And now one thing remaining here is I should actually be able to show the repositories. Yeah, I should actually be able to show the repositories here also, that let's say at least 5 repositories, last 5 repositories what he has posted. So you have got only one, but let's say my account has 28 repositories. So I can actually take the top 5 repositories, whatever I've added in last few days, I should be able to display it here, which will complete up my whole scenario, that I don't have to then go to my GitHub account to fetch these values. Are you clear on this point, what I'm trying to do here? Yeah, are you clear what I'm trying to do here? So, yeah, so now thing is, how will I find this repository? So if you see in the URL, there is a URL for the Gits as well. Yeah, if you see, there is a Git repositories. Where will I find my repositories? Yeah, can you see the repositories URL? So I am getting basically all the repositories what I have. Yeah, whatever repositories I have, they have got their own. So this will be, so I've got ID in the repo. Yeah, then I've got name. Yeah, and internal details again, but I'm not worried about the internal details as of now. So what I'm going to do, yeah, what I'm going to do is now I'm going to call this and create an area here below this, yeah, and I'm going to display those values there. Yeah, I'm going to display those values there. So to do that, what should be the best approach? I want your answer on this one now, okay? Because we are on the last part. I want to display the repositories here. What should I do? What should be my approach from now? What should be my approach? If I want to create a repository, I want to show that the repository is here. If I want to create a I want to display the repositories here. Yeah, I want to display the repositories here. What should I do? Yes, I will call the repositories and only map my 5 values, and obviously I'm going to do that. So let's say how is the repositories? How are these repositories looking like? So if you see the repositories URL, and if I say question mark, if I say question mark per underscore page is equal to 5. It is only going to show me the 5 repositories, not more than that. Yeah, it is only going to show me the 5 repositories, and sort is equal to created colon ascending. So you can see the GitHub Explorer is the latest one I have created, and it is loaded at the first value. So now to do that, see, I will have to go through again another component. So to do that, you have to understand what I was asking is I am planning that I should create components. Yeah? And I'll create component and I'll name it as what? Repos. And inside repos, like I did for users and user item, I'll do what? I'll say repos.js, and I'll say what? If I repo item.js, okay, repo item.js. So let me create. functional component. Create a functional component here. So let me just save it for a second and come back to the original scenario here. What I will need to do. So try to understand what I will need to do here is I will again have to create a method, and I am not going to explain you much about this part now again, because fetching, doing what? I am fetching the repos for a single user. So you pass the single user, and what is the URL now? What is the URL? You say user slash asterisk, whatever is your username slash repos. So you say user slash, so when you are loading the data, user slash repos question mark per underscore page is equal to 5 and sort is equal to created colon ascending. Created colon ascending. Is everyone clear what I'm doing here? I created one more method, but I'm going to do what? Get user repos and here again. So instead of user now, I'll do what? I'll say repos and I'll make it a blank array. I'll make it a blank array. And when I'm getting the users, I'm doing what? I'm saying repos. Is everyone clear? I guess this point should be clear to you all. Now how I have done this, how I have actually done this. I have created the method I have used in the state. Now I need to connect it with my user.js. So what I'll do, again, I will make a call from here. Yeah, I will basically make a call from here because it requires a username. So I'll do what, just copy paste this and instead says get user repos. So this will make the call. And in my app.js, yeah, in my app.js, now there is again a two-way implementation going on. So let's say this is my user, get user. Let's say I'll say what? Get user repos is equal to this dot get user repos and repos is equal to this dot state dot repos. Repos is equal to this dot state dot repos. There is no comment. So is everyone clear what I've done? Two-way implementation. How am I passing the values from up and down? Yeah, are you getting how am I passing my values up and down? See here. So I wanted the repos, so I just changed the URL, put the value inside my repos. Yeah, I put the values inside the state and pass it as a props. This is accepting prop, this is passing prop. So I have accepted the props here. So what will happen when this is created? I will be passing this value to my repos. So this repos, whatever I got from there, will be passed on to me. Yeah, will be passed on inside my props like this. So what we will do now, instead of doing this, I will say map. Yeah, repos.map. Visual say it is a repo. I will display a repo item. I will display a repo item and I'll pass it as a prop to it ahead. And is equal to repo dot is equal to repo dot. And in my repo item again I am going to do what? I'm going to create a functional component which is going to do what? Have a individual repo. Which is going to do what? Have an individual repo. Yeah, which is going to have basically an individual repo. And let me just color it up a bit. So class name is equal to what? Card. Class name is equal to card. H3 I'll do what? Repo. Sorry. My H3 I'll do ahref is equal to repo dot html underscore URL. Repo dot html underscore URL. And see what? Repo dot name dot name. So end of a tag, end of history, and this is how this will look like. Okay, try to understand what is happening now in the flow wise. Okay? In the flow wise, let's try to understand what is happening. I guess I have changed the whole implementation here. So what is happening? I have got app.js, right? I have got app.js. What you want? You wanted the repos. So again, the same scenario is happening. You click on user item.js. User item.js pass on the value to whom? User item.js pass on the value to user.js. We pass on the value to user.js. Now user.js pass on the login value to whom? Log on the passing value to whom? To app.js. App.js now make two calls. First, he gets the user details. First, he gets what? The user details. And pass this user detail back to user.js. Second, now app.js is doing what? Based upon the user ID passed to, based upon the user ID, based upon the user ID, which was username, which was passed by user.js to app.js. First, he found user details and passed it back to your user.js. And secondly, what it did, it found the repo details and passed it to repository.js, repos.js. Data was actually being passed from repo.js to repository.js. Internally, repository.js put it up inside single repos. Put it up inside single repos. So is this flow clear to you now? Is this flow clear to you what I am trying to explain? When you say give me the username, the username passes the data to app.js. App.js now find two values. One is user.js, second is repo.js. So once the value is being passed to repos.js, how it is done? See, the data is passed through the data is basically passed through the props of user. So in my user.js, what I'm going to do after the end, I'm just going to say here I'm going to say repos. I'm just going to say repos, and repos is equal to this dot props dot repos. So whatever value you got is being displayed here. Now this repos is basically passed on to repos.js as an array. Here it maps it, pass it to repo item. So the data is being passed ahead here, and you get the final output. So like this. Okay, what is in repo.js? I made a mistake here in the repo.js. So if you check out now, yeah, can you see the final output? So I've got my projects available here. Yeah, I've got my projects available here, and this is my final output now. So this is my page. I search for any name. Let us randomly take name from your attendees. Yeah, let us take name from, okay, if I say Chika, there are a lot of username by the same ID. See, so she's from Ireland and she has got repository, big data programming. These are her public URLs. Yeah, these are her public URL. So directly go check something. seems to be useful. Let me just see it. But and if I'm back inside my application. So now this application is complete. Are you all clear what I'm doing? What exactly is being done here? Are you clear what exactly is being done here, everyone? Now the coding part of this application. Coding means the basic implementation of this app is complete. I have completed everything. Whatever I can load, whatever URLs are available, based upon that, I have actually loaded this. So the application looks quite good now, right? And we don't have to go to the GitHub application to just fetch it. So the overall application is completed. Yeah. Now what next left is we need to do the state management using the hooks. We will be coming to hooks from next session. Yeah. So basic aim was that now please honestly tell me how many of you have actually completed this project till the point we started for today's session. How many of you have actually completed the project we have started for today's session? So I have completed. Others, can you tell me? Raj is done. Others, we have got lot many people. Nikhil, Raj, Kashyap, Dil, Elton, Puga, Nitish, Sean, Yash, Laksh. Can you please tell me आप लोग कितना हो गया? Yeah, almost. So do you need time to complete up your project till this point? Do you need time to complete up your project till this point? Because it will not make any sense if we go to hooks and you don't have the real project to start with. Any of you are having any errors or something? Facing any errors or any sort of issues? Everything is clear. Others, can you tell me? Okay, nothing till now. Others, those who are starting. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take 2 days gap. Yeah, I'm going to take 2 days gap, and okay, so I'll give you 2 days, and I will make sure that I upload the recordings for 2